Hello, guys. My name is Camden Copeland, and I'm here to talk about for my chosen RSA skill, 3D scanning. I chose this skill because I never heard of this term, and I never learned it, or I never done with it. I wanted to learn how to scan real life objects and turn them into usable digital 3D models. To learn from it, I knew I needed to divide it into small several skills, sub skills. Those including choosing the right methods, scaling and measuring the objects properly, and inspecting its quality. I also had to learn how to use the scanning software and work with my finished model at the end. And another reason why I decided to choose 3D scanning is because it aligns with my digital maker and fabrication major objectives here, as you can see. When I first started this goal, I had very little experience with it. I absolutely sucked. And so to start my wonderful journey, I learned how the software and the scanner worked. And I managed to practice scanning objects. My first few attempts were like crap, but it gave me some tips on what I needed to improve. And I decided not to put them on here because they will be like, I have no idea what that is. And then I had to read this website here. I had to do research. One of my biggest frustrations was to actually get doing the quality to get my perfect scans. And as we did assignments like my game design time, it helps me think about what 3D scanning's about. And as I proceeded with the other few weeks, some like shiny objects were quite hard to scan than others. And sometimes I had problems doing the measurements or missing out on the details. And so I did research, just research I can each week and like watch more tutorials on YouTube. And here's my little thing. And here's a little final overview of my RSA here. I did not just use that, but I also had to apply the thinking strategies that I have learned through this course into my 3D scanning RSA, like lateral thinking, which is solving problems using indirect approaches. Lateral helps me try different approaches. Critical helps me identify my mistakes by analyzing real evidence, facts, and data to form statements or yet very surprising conclusions. Systems systems thinking helped me understand how the scanner, objects, and software and the final model all work together as a unison team and as a unison team, trying to make sense of the complexity involved in something or somewhere. I'd rather not look at it as different separate parts. I'd rather look at this into separate parts and seeing its terms and relationships with each other. And finally, my favorite thinking strategy is creative thinking. And it's all about about the ability to generative, creative, original, and come up with unique solutions to your problems. And it also allowed me to to go at problems at like new and very unexpected ways. As I practiced, I got even more comfortable with its process. I learned how to check its quality and make adjustments to my methods when deemed necessary. and my results improved as I gained more experience. By the end of week 7, I have officially learned how to 3D scan objects and work with the resulting digital models. I have become a better person myself, better engineer myself doing this, and I've become a better researcher doing so. And since I didn't really do any 3D scanning in real life, I have decided to put everything I learned in this special slideshow presentation on Canva for all of you wonderful people to see. You may remember me presenting this a week ago, but I made some changes to make it more like good, maybe more like readable. So you can absolutely look over this anytime you want, and I shall end. And thank you for listening, and have a great day.